Have you ever overheard someone say, "My wine smells moldy," or "This wine smells corked"? Most people have no clue what it is, but if you have, these people are talking about cork taint. Cork taint is a wine flaw that affects between 2 to 4% of all wine produced in the world. In this video, we'll look at what it is and how you can spot it if the wine in your glass has it. Hi, I'm Reggie Narito, here to help you learn more about wine one sip at a time. In this video, we're going to look at cork taint, or for those of us who work in the wine industry, TCA 246, or just TCA for short. We'll look at how TCA develops, how it is transferred to wine, and ways that the industry is combating it. Sounds ambitious? Let's do this. So what is TCA? TCA stands for trichloroanisole. It is a compound that is formed when airborne fungi spores combine with chlorophenols, which is commonly, but not solely, found in and on wood to form a chemical compound called chloranisole. Chloranisole is the component mostly responsible for tainted wine, and corks, which most are made from the bark of cork trees, is made of wood, which is why many in the wine profession call this wine flaw corked. I have read articles in the past that have stated that as much as 10% of the wine produced in the world is corked. That would mean that if you bought a case of wine, 1 or possibly 2 bottles in the box could be corked. Now, that may have been true 25 or 30 years ago, but personally, with everything that has been done to fight TCA infection in the last 20 years or so, I think the number's probably lower, probably closer to the 2 to 3% range. It is interesting to note that although corks are the most common way to transmit TCA to wine, it is not the only way a wine can become infected. As I had mentioned earlier in this video, fungi spores combine with chlorophenols to create TCA. Fungi can be found in nature, but chlorophenols cannot. Chlorophenols makes its way onto and in wood in several ways. The first is for a tree's roots to take up chlorophenols from man-made additives like pesticides. Another way would be when commercial wood is treated with a chlorine solution prior to being marketed for sale. The final method would be chlorine solutions that are used to clean wood surfaces. If you have one or all of these conditions and combine it with a warm and damp environment, much like you would in a winery, you can create TCA. With this in mind, it is entirely possible for a wine with a screw top to also be corked, even if there's no cork. With that said, the wine industry has taken massive steps to address the TCA problem. Cork manufacturers have made significant strides to address TCA head-on. An example of this is the cork producer Diem. The manufacturer grinds natural cork and, using a process like that of removing caffeine from coffee beans, purifies the cork of contaminants at the molecular level. This material is reformed into a wine cork, and Diem guarantees them to be TCA free. Other cork producers are also taking similar steps to aggressively reduce, if not eliminate, TCA in their products. Wineries have also begun to eliminate the use of wood in their wineries. Reduction in the use of wood pallets, racks, and even wood walls are being employed in today's modern wineries. Anything that contains chlorine is also avoided. Things like chemicals that contain chlorine, even chlorinated water is removed. So how do you tell if your wine is corked? Well, it will smell moldy. Think wet cardboard or newspaper. I've even heard the term wet dog being thrown around. The higher the presence of TCA, the more pronounced the aroma. In small amounts, TCA will affect the aroma, but not so much the flavor. Higher amounts will affect both the aroma and the flavor. If you're unsure what TCA smells like, next time someone has a corked wine, ask to smell the wine. The aroma is pretty unmistakable. So I guess a question that some of you might ask is there a way you can remove TCA once it's in your wine? Well, I guess it depends on who you talk to. I have a couple of friends that have told me that if you take a couple of pennies and some saran wrap and drop it into your wine glass, it supposedly can reduce the amount of TCA in your wine. They point to studies that have shown that TCA is attracted to polyethylene, which is a primary component of plastic wrap. If the plastic wrap is put into contact with the wine, the TCA attaches to the polyethylene, which can then be removed from the wine. Have I tried it? Yes, but just once. Did it work? I guess it did. But I'm particularly sensitive to TCA, so to me, if a wine is even moderately infected, I can't drink it. Now, it is important to note that there are no studies that indicate TCA is dangerous to consume. So if you don't smell it in your wine, even if it doesn't have it, you won't die from it. So there you have it. The next time your wine smells of wet cardboard, you'll know exactly what it is and what caused it. Thanks for joining me. Now, if you like the content of this video, I hope you press the like icon. And if you'd like to see more videos just like this, I hope you'll press subscribe. Until next time, peace out.